Judge ordered prominent pastor Ralph West to pay a woman he allegedly gave herpes $2.4 million. Abigail Dye has more.
Back in 2017, I know that you say West reached out to you on Facebook. Let's start there. What happened?
Yeah, back in 2017, I had received several notifications from him. Some of them were like pokes, things of that nature. I eventually responded, and then, you know, from there, he introduced himself. I didn't know of him. I didn't know of anything that he did, didn't know of the ministry. And then that's when he told me, you know, he knew he'd been watching me for a while and that he was a fan of mine, and we kind of just conversed and went from there.
Yeah, so just kind of an online back and forth relationship. When did it turn from that into a physical relationship?
So we conversed via social media, I'll say about a month. And then within that month's time, he wanted to exchange and talk more telecommunication, phone, you know.
Yeah.
So from just the social media, we ended up having telephone conversations, and then from there we started dating, and we dated about 2 years.
And so while y'all were talking, you said you didn't know he was a pastor or anything, but obviously during that time you figured that out and you ended up attending a church service. I mean, was the fact that he was a man of God, was that part of what drew you to him? Are you strong in your faith?
So I am strong in my faith. My family I came from a very Christian background. I did not know he was a pastor prior to him, you know, reaching out
and everything, yeah.
So we learned about each other over the course of time. I'm used to being in ministry, and so I won't say, you know, that drew me to him, because he, you know, my background is ministry, so I'm not, you know, it was like what it is.
Yeah.
What it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like it almost gives you like a sense of trust in someone.
Yes.
When you have similar backgrounds and you believe in the same things.
Correct.
And so around that time, like in 2017, is that when you became, the relationship turned sexual? Y'all started having intercourse?
I would say somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't recall the dates exactly, but yeah.
Yeah. And so it was a real relationship. You guys were
we
together.
Actually dated, and then from there, yes.
Yeah. And so we do actually have a soundbite from his deposition that he gave. He said that he never recalled having a conversation with you about STIs or any diseases at all. We'll go ahead and go to that soundbite.
Do you recall whether you told her during the spring of 2017 that you did not have any sexually transmitted diseases?
I don't recall telling her that.
Do you recall her asking you about that?
No.
Okay, so he says that y'all never had the conversation about STIs. Did you have the conversation about STIs?
Yes, we had the conversation. He said he didn't recall, and during that deposition, he almost didn't recall anything. But yes, we definitely, we exchanged morals, we exchanged beliefs, you know, and then we had those conversations.
Yeah, just like any couple does.
Correct.
And I will say you are right about the deposition. I think every question asked, nearly every question asked, he said he didn't recall.
Right, yeah.
So take me to the point where you realized you had contracted an STI.
Okay. So one thing about me, I kind of know my body, you know, and if something within my health is out of the norm, I could pretty pinpoint that.
Yeah.
So after one of our, you know, course of events, I started to notice that something just was not right.
And how long had y'all been like sexually active at this point? Like, had it been a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was someone who you really felt like you trusted.
Yeah, it was
and
just him, and
Yeah.
I was in a relationship with him. Yeah.
Yeah, not even a second thought about it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. And so go on. So you
Yeah, so I
started
noticed,
feeling.
yeah, something wasn't right within a matter of days, and so I immediately made an appointment. And while waiting for my appointment, I even informed him, you know, something is just not right, you know.
Yeah. Just like you would with a boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know.
And so after going to the doctor, they were able to determine by blood work that I was recently exposed and that I had the antibodies in my system.
Wow. What was that like for you? I mean, what was your reaction?
I was blank. I was scared because I didn't know exactly what all come with that. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how it would affect my life. And then I just felt very, you know, shamed, kinda, you know. It was just very uneasy. During that time, I was into modeling. And so just not, I wasn't a person that had self-esteem issues at all.
Yeah.
So during that little period of time, you know, that did affect me mentally, you know, emotionally, and, you know, so yeah.